Hey, I'm Melanie Wharton and I'm dropping a couple of videos on my book, Nine Lives, that I've just released, and I just want to give up some key elements to the book. So in the last video I talked about water, and in this video I like to touch on numbers. What I want to say really is that I feel that with this book I really set impulses. I wanted to set impulses. That was my intention, and I feel that it's important that everybody does their own research, but an impulse can take people there. And so when I talk about numbers, I'm not a specialist, but I dive into it a little bit because numerology really resonates with me, and I know that it's an ancient knowledge when it comes to mathematics and numbers, and mathematics being a universal language in itself is absolutely fascinating and amazing. I've always been bad at math in school, but when I grew up and came up out of school, I developed a certain interest in mathematics because I was shown a different perspective through spirituality, and also just a deeper knowledge of perspective of the world. And in my book, the way I touch up on the numbers is that I call them nature numbers, and they describe the natural state that a human being is in. Looking at it through a very simple lens, if you just look at a human life, the beginnings, and then throughout the stages. So a child starts off, just as a seed and an egg, and grows into an embryo eventually, and then a baby, and then it turns into a toddler, and then it becomes a school child. And every state kind of swallows the former state, moving into a different time and space dimension, really, because we are creatures of transformation. I mean, I find it so fascinating that the baby I used to be is gone forever. It's always going to be only existent in that space and time continuum that I was in at the time. And it's such a precious thought because it makes you value the state you're in right now, because it's going to change, that's for sure, and it's never going to come back. And I think the more aware we become of these things, the better we can live, And I feel also that it's something we should really look at. We transform into something else over time, and it's so gradual, but still so clear to see, So these things are things that totally get me about life. I find it so mysterious, and that's how I see life. It's a magical mystery, and the reason is love, and that is what uplifts me every time, because I know no matter what happens, the return is to the source, and the source is life and love, and the reason for everything, all is out of love, and that is just makes me very, very happy to think about it, and it kind of stops the drama as well. Yeah, so in the novel there is a certain character. I'm going to get into the characters at some point, but there's a certain character who kind of does research, and it's a combination of their intelligence, their natural intelligence, plus information, plus how they put it together, right? that leads them to an experiment. And that experiment is a way to tap into the water of wisdom that we talked about in the beginning, in the first video. If you didn't watch it, you can go back on YouTube and find all my videos right there. And I think I'll just leave it at that for now. You're welcome to check out my book. It's on Amazon, 9 Lives. It's in German as well, 9 Leben. And the links are in the description box all over the place. You can follow me on Instagram. You can check me out on Facebook. And yeah, I wish everybody a wonderful time. And last thing I want to say is that today I formulated a sentence in my mind, and it was a simple one like this: life is gonna F you up until you choose love. And there's always more, and there's always there. So it's simple as that, but not always easy. Not always easy to do, but it's what leads us to the ultimate freedom. So blessings all around, and I'll see you next time.